Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I am up with a video for Confessions of a Paper Addict, and it is my last video for March. So I wanted to remind you that there is a 30% off at the COAPA Cutfiles store for the whole month of March. So if you're watching this as my video is released, which is mid-March, I think, mid to late March, there's definitely still a sale going on in the store, so definitely go and check it out. It will be linked down below. Now, I am using the Castle cut file, which you quickly just saw on camera there. I pulled out this map paper from my stash. I'm using the Cool Kid collection from Crate Paper, but I don't have enough of it. I've killed it now. It's done. The collection is finished. This is the very last layout that I was able to make with that collection. But the 12 by 12 piece of paper that I had left, you can see it on the right-hand side there, just peeking through that red. It just wasn't the look I was going for. So I dived into my stash. I found this map paper and I thought, oh, this is perfect. I have... It's got a bit of a vintagey feel for, to the paper, which isn't my sort of style. But I'm super glad that I could use it up. I think it works on this layout. So it's a picture, which I haven't shown you yet, of Tom and Lincoln. So Tom is Jess's boy, and Lincoln. And they were just playing at a local park, and there's this like weird little castle. That's the only way I can describe it. But it's tiny, and they were playing in it. And I just snapped a super cute photo of them. And that is what I'm scrapping. And I thought this Castle cut file, it's an oldie of Confessions of a Paper Addict, but it's a goodie. And I backed it in some wood veneer paper, also from my stash. And then the black and white paper that I've sort of backed the accents in, that is the Crate Paper Cool Kid, as well as the little red flags at the top. And then all of the embellishments that I use on the page are from Crate Paper Cool Kid as well. So there's my cute little photo. Look at that, the two of them hanging out the window. It's so cute. So you can see me here tipping out my little tubs on the left-hand side of the page. That is all I have left from the embellishments. So I had the embellishment pack and the 12 by 12 chipboard in this collection. And so this is what I've got left. I have actually peeled off most of the layers of the chipboard, I'll be honest, just because it was a little bit too thick. I do find the Crate Paper chipboard quite thick, and I often peel off a few layers of the cardboard. So that's just a tip if it's too thick for you, but you like the idea of chipboard, don't be afraid to peel off a few layers. I know I wasn't. Yeah. So I'm layering up. You can see here I'm layering up just the embellishments I have left, which are definitely a random assortment. I acknowledge that. The embellishments that end up on this page are, a little random, but I think they work. So I've got these little robots that I've put on the right hand side. I'm just peeling off a couple more layers of the cardboard behind that chipboard piece that says Dude. And then on the left-hand side of the photo, I'm sort of creating a bit of a dinosaur type cluster, but I actually end up taking some of this off. So I've got two dinosaurs. I've got an acetate dinosaur, a little chipboard dinosaur, and a little chipboard truck. And I've got a little ruler. I really wanted to use that acetate piece that said Little Explorer because it just fits so well with this photo, but I just couldn't make it work. I find acetate really hard. At this point, I will be honest, I was also sort of saying to myself, just get everything on the page. Just put it all on. It's fine. I do curb that enthusiasm. And I wanted to leave this part in so you could sort of see my thought process. But I do kind of go back and go, no, this is silly. Don't just shove everything you possibly can onto the page just so that it's used up. It's okay not to use up everything from a collection if it's not working. It'll either go back into my stash, or I've got a little box that I throw sort of things in that I know that I won't use. And I will end up donating it to my son's daycare for the kinder kids to use in their arts and crafts. So I'm not worried. If I don't use it up on the page, it's okay. It will go to a good home. So I can tell you right now, it's a little bit hard to see from the glare, but in the top left, there's a little flag and it actually says brother on the flag. So I definitely won't be using that. These two are not brothers. They are cousins. So yeah, that one's not going to make it onto the page. And there are a few bits that don't make it. I did think that I might use the little brother flag as a bit of a layer and layer these two on top of each other. And look, that would have worked, but clearly that cluster up the top there, it's not working. There's just too much going on. So you'll be pleased to know, don't panic. Basically, none of that that's there now stays there. There I go. I've realised. It's like, Katie, what are you doing? It's too much. It's too much. All right, so I've stuck my cut file down flat onto the layout. So I am going to pop up my photo with a little bit of foam. And then I'm going to create my clusters. It is at this point where I'm like, there's too much going on. Just let's remove some layers. Let's pare it back a little bit. Let's simplify it, but also get the cute things in this collection onto the page. So I don't use all of the little, the bits on the top right of screen. They're actually from one of the cut aparts. I don't use them all. I do use a couple of them, just to help give sort of the clusters something to sit on, so to speak. But I definitely don't use them all. So I'm going to stick my the big robot down flat onto the page. Now this is where my ATG decided it didn't want to play nicely with the back of the chipboard because it was rough. It wasn't picking up properly on the chipboard, the ATG tape. So I did fight with my ATG a little bit, but it's okay. We're still friends. So I do stick down this little cut apart piece because it does have a dinosaur on it. In the end, you can't tell anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I do use the ruler, although in hindsight, it didn't need it. So I definitely could have left the ruler off. I was just sort of going for that pop of yellow, but it doesn't matter. I probably didn't need to do it, but I have stuck it on there. And I used wet glue, so it's not coming up anytime soon. So I'm sticking that down. I do flip it around so you don't get the numbers, and I cover those up. And you can just sort of see the pop of yellow out the bottom. And once I've stuck my photo down, I will build the rest of the clusters around it. So I will stick some things kind of overlapping the photo. So I'm sticking down that little robot, and then I do add that little banner with the bee on it, or the little flag with the bee. I just have a couple of little bits poking out, so you can just see a little bit of the green peeking out and not the letter B, just for a bit of interest. And I do add that little dude word as well. Now I'm sort of half popping up this dinosaur. I'm really just bringing up the dinosaur so it's the same level as the photo, because I want the head to overlap the photo. And then I will stick the little car down on top of all of that. Well, not little car, a dump truck. No rhyme or reason to why I'm putting the 3 there. I just am tucking that in. And tucking in, I think this is little number 8. Again, no relevance to anything, just tucking it in there to add something a little extra to the cluster. And I think then I'm coming in with the dude word, and then I'm going to work on something up in the top. So what I'd initially put up there is too much. So I do decide to rip a little bit out of the top of my page, just to create a little bit of kind of interest up there, but also a little bit of texture, just something a little bit different. And I'm popping in a little bit of that red. So because I've got the red in the flags, I just wanted a little bit more pop of red. So I do pop that piece of scrap paper in behind there, so you can just see that tiny bit of red popping up and popping through, just roughing up the edges a little bit. And then I will come back in with that star banner, and basically everything else is just not going to make it. So the star banner and the little banner that says adventure, the flag that says adventure, are both going to make it because they both work with this layout. I mean, the star banner just looks cute, but the little flag with the word adventure definitely works with the sentiment of the layout, what the sort of feel that we're going for. And that photo is just so cute with the two of them hanging out the window, having a grand old time. Now, I will link to this cut file in the description box down below, as well as to the Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file shop. I will also link to the Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file Facebook group, because Virginia releases a free cut file every month, at least one, if not more sometimes, and you want to be in the group to get those free cut files, if nothing else, because they are amazing. And the March one is so cute. They're always cute, all of them, but the March one is super cute. So definitely come over and hang out with us. We share a lot of inspiration in that group, and so I think you will really enjoy it. So definitely come over. Now, it took me ages to pick my thickers. I hadn't done it beforehand, so I just edited out that process. Well, I was rifling off screen anyway, so you didn't really need to watch that. And then I'm spelling out my title, which is just Two Boys Chasing Adventures. And I'm using these older thickers in my stash for the Chasing Adventures that are like travel themed. So they're sort of a map font or pattern in the background. So they don't match exactly. They're a little bit kind of green toned, but that's okay. We make it work. And then I think the other thickers are from Paige Evans, maybe. The little thickers, which are a wood grain on the top and a foam thicker. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. And I've just layered that over top of the castle. Now, in the video, it does look a bit busy, and it does seem like it's hard to see the title, but I promise you in real life it's not. It definitely stands out, and it's quite easy to read, Just Two Boys Chasing Adventures, but I appreciate that in the video it does look a little busy. So I just acknowledge that up front. I'm coming in with some navy Heidi Swap Colour Shine, and then my white Liquitex acrylic ink for some splatters. And then I'm done. I will show you the close-ups, and we are all finished. So definitely go and check out all the links in the description box down below. Thank you so much for joining me for the Scrappy session. I was about to say the day, but it really didn't take a day to make this layout. It only took, I don't know, 40 minutes. Maybe a bit less, because I'd already backed my cut file off camera, which makes the whole process much quicker. So I'm cleaning up my workspace because I like to do it straight away, even though I know it's a bit annoying to watch. But here are my close-ups. And again, thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. All right, guys, enjoy. Bye.